I am a vice chancellor of a university that owns a mountain. Very few institutes in the world that will have a mountain. And I will tell you one thing. अगर आप बाकी इंस्टीट्यूट्स का देखें और हमारे एडमिशन देखें, you will see the difference. हमारे last 2 years में 70% increase, 70% increase in admissions. Together with that, if you look into the humanities and social sciences, I mean, if you tell me, if you ask me, if you look at the Department of Journalism, from which you have passed also, I think that is something. I honestly feel very proud when somebody comes to me and say that I am a pass out from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication.
As a VC of this institution, students have choices right now, right, sir? They have KU, they have Central University, they have Jamia Millia, and many other institutions in the country. What is that one thing, one reason you will give them that this is the best place for IUS? Girls are excelling more in academics than boys. We have a lot of gold medalists, 60-70% are girls. How do you see this thing?
Girl student is excelling up to masters or up to gets PhD. Why we don't have matching participation of women in businesses, in education, in garment sector? People who have become vice chancellors after 2020 are very fortunate. So the role of universities, the role of teacher has significantly changed after 2020. Our aspirations and goal to be Viksit by 2047.
The dream of our Prime Minister.
This is a dream of
every Indian.
Yeah. Personally, I feel मैंने यहाँ पर एक slogan दे दिया, Viksit IUST, Viksit Jammu and Kashmir, Viksit Bharat.
Viksit IUST. And sir, in this era of technology, do you think the role of a teacher has changed?
If you look at the journey of IUST, it is almost 21-year-old university. The infrastructure development that has come. The growth in the academic programs, the growth in the research that has come here, it is remarkable. I think there is no doubt on that. And this all has been possible because of the generous support of the Government of Jammu and Kashmir, Government of India. As of today, we have about 17 crore rupees grants from the different agencies of Government of India.
बर्फ भी बहुत कम पड़ी, बारिशें बेवक्त आ रही है. So what is the reason as a scientist, as a climate scientist?
जब हम कहते हैं कि वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस आ रहे हैं और हमें अभी जो बारिशें हो रही है पिछले 1 हफ्ते से कश्मीर में, तो ये कहाँ से आती है? ये अटलांटिक ओशन से होके, यूरोप से होके हवाएं आती है, उनमें मॉइस्चर होता है, तो फिर यहाँ पर वो हमारे पहाड़ों के साथ टकराती है और यहाँ पर बारिशें आती है. मैं यहाँ आया 2021 में, करीब जो हमारे ऑफरिंग्स थे, करीब कोर्सेज थे, वो करीब 27. Now it is almost 80. How the number of.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम, आदाब, मैं काशिफ और आप मुझे देख रहे हैं रेडियो राब्ता के डिजिटल मीडिया हैंडल्स पे. आप सबको मालूम होगा कि रेडियो राब्ता की कोशिश हमेशा रहती है कि कंटेंट ऐसा आपके सामने लाया जाए, आप इन्फॉर्म भी हो, एजुकेट भी हो. एंड राइट नाउ I'm in the beautiful campus of Islamic University of Science and Technology, Avantipora, and I'm joined by Professor Shakil Ahmad Ramshu, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Islamic University of Science and Technology. मुझे लगता है ज़्यादा मुझे इंट्रोडक्शन देने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, because world knows them, and let's directly talk to sir. Sir, thank you very much for giving us your time for Radio Rabta.
Thank you very much, and it is my pleasure.
Thank you, sir. So initially हम start करेंगे कि प्रोफेसर शकील अहमद रमशू बनने से पहले शकील अहमद रमशू की जर्नी कहाँ से स्टार्ट हुई?
देखिए, मेरी पैदाइश जो है वो साउथ कश्मीर में बिजबहरा एक टाउन है, बहुत नज़दीक है अवंतीपोरा से, वहीं पर हुई है. और इब्तिदाई तालीम भी मेरी बिजबहरा में ही हुई. तो उसके बाद जो अंडर ग्रेजुएट जो BSc डिग्री है, मैंने झारखंड रांची में मैंने अंडर ग्रेजुएशन की.
In which year, sir?
So it was in 1987.
Okay.
88. I think in 88 August I graduated from there, and then I did my masters from Asian Institute of Technology, Bangkok. बहुत अच्छी इंस्टीट्यूट है वहाँ बैंकॉक में. और डॉक्टरेट मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टोक्यो से की, जापान से. एंड इन बिटवीन मैंने कश्मीर में भी काम किया है, दिल्ली में भी काम किया है, एंड देन बहुत से ममालिक मतलब डिफरेंट कंट्रीज में भी काम किया है। एंड सिंस 2021 अगस्त में IUST में एज वाइस चांसलर काम कर रहा हूँ। लेकिन इससे पहले कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी में मैं डीन फॉर रिसर्च था और मेरी पोजीशन वहाँ है, मैं प्रोफेसर हूँ कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी में और अभी डिप्यूटेशन पर हूँ।
Okay, sir. Right now, from last 4 years, you are serving as vice chancellor, and I believe कि आप दुनिया के माने जाने साइंटिस्ट में भी एक है। I think in top 2%, if I'm not mistaken, सर जो है ग्लोबली जो टॉप 2% साइंटिस्ट है सर में उनका नाम है। सर, डू यू एवर फील कि बीइंग इन दिस ऑफिस लुकिंग आफ्टर एवरीथिंग, क्योंकि मुझे एक तजुर्बा है जिंदगी इसका कि if you know something you want to convey that knowledge to the coming generation. Have you ever felt that you want to come out of this VC office, you want to directly go into the classroom and teach the students?
एक बिल्कुल सही बात है, लेकिन एज ए वाइस चांसलर ऑल्सो आज अगर आप देखें मेरे शेड्यूल जो था इन द मॉर्निंग 11 से 1 बजे तक, सो आई वाज इंटरेक्टिंग विद द स्टूडेंट्स। हमारा एक डिपार्टमेंट है यहाँ, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योमेटिक्स, so I was trying to inspire their interest, imagination कि how can you basically, अगर आप देखें पिछले 4-5 साल से 2020 से नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी हमारे लिए आ गई। अगर आप नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी से जो ऑलमोस्ट एवरीथिंग हैज चेंज्ड। जो नॉर्मली जो हमारे एग्जाम्स हुआ करते थे, बड़े एग्जामिनेशन सेंट्रिक होते थे, मतलब हमारी पढ़ाई जो है एग्जामिनेशन सेंट्रिक होती थी एंड डिग्री अवॉर्डिंग इंस्टीट्यूट्स। लेकिन एट द नेशनल लेवल अगर आप देखें नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के हवाले से, वी वर आस्क्ड कि यू विल हैव टू डेवलप ऑल राउंड पर्सनालिटी, स्किलफुल, एम्प्लॉयबल, जो जिसको कहते हैं ना हरफन मौला
बन।
सो ये they have to be basically expert in everything so that it becomes easy for them to lead successful lives, to be employable, to be useful to the country, to be useful to their own families and communities.
So you have always been trying to create the mindset of that we should be among the job creators,
Exactly.
not seekers. How do you see this thing, sir? Because most of the youth, they pursue PhD, they pursue MSc, then they are after कि यार कोई ना कोई गवर्नमेंट एग्जाम में जो है क्वालिफाई हो जाए. So don't you think we should change this mindset up and create a new perception कि we have to be the job creators rather than seekers?
Yeah, honestly, अगर मैं आपको कहूँ कि I mean, people who have become vice chancellors after 2020 are very fortunate. Because we inherited guidelines, मैं इसको बाइबल कहता हूँ, नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी 2020। उससे पहले इंस्टीट्यूट्स में तस्वुर ही नहीं था कि आपको एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप भी करनी है, इनोवेशन भी करनी है, बच्चों को स्टार्टअप की तरफ रागिब करना है, ये कॉन्सेप्ट ही नहीं था। 20 जब हमने नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी जब आई 2020, तो वाइस चांसलर्स, द यूनिवर्सिटीज वर मेड टू थिंक we will have to really train we will have to boost the creativity of the children, students. जो हमारे पास student आते हैं, it should not be only memorizing the lectures and lessons and get 90% marks.
Information is readily available.
Exactly. So the role of universities, the role of teacher has significantly changed after 2020, and that you can see in the IUST. अगर आप IUST में भी देखेंगे कि we have a nationally recognized ecosystem for improving, for promoting the culture of innovations, entrepreneurship and startups. Consistently IUST जो है पिछले 3 साल से हमें 4-star रैंकिंग मिलती है at the national level, जो मिनिस्टर ऑफ एजुकेशन, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया evaluates that. अगर आप देखेंगे जो यूनिवर्सिटी में जो इकोसिस्टम है, ऑलमोस्ट एवरी स्टूडेंट इज एक्सपोज्ड टू दिस इकोसिस्टम। हमारे हर यूनिवर्सिटी के हर डिपार्टमेंट, खासकर साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी की जो लैब्स है, स्टूडेंट्स आर एक्सपोज्ड टू दिस इकोसिस्टम। चाहे वो स्किलिंग लैब्स हो, चाहे वो इनोवेशंस को बूस्ट करने के लिए हो, I think there's a lot of things that are happening all over the country, including in the IUST. So I think there's a very clear understanding from top to bottom, from leadership up to the lowest level in the university, that this is the future. If we really want to have a very skillful youth, if we want to really implement and achieve our aspirations and goal to be Viksit by 2047,
The
develop.
dream of our Prime Minister.
This is a dream of the
Every Indian.
every Indian.
Yeah.
I think personally, having been to many countries in the world,
Sorry to interrupt. How many countries you have been till late?
I have been about 37 countries, but I tell you honestly, I feel that we should have been developed much earlier. जो हमारी इंटेलेक्चुअल कैपिटल है, जो हमारी इंटेलिजेंस है, जो हमारे हम में जो वो
Are we far intelligent than others?
आई थिंक वी आर आवर एवरेज पर्सन. अगर आप यहाँ देखें हमारा यूथ ऑल ओवर द कंट्री, including Jammu and Kashmir, I think we have above average intellect. It comes to South Asia or at the global level. तो लेकिन अपॉर्चुनिटीज अगर आप देखें अभी जो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है, ये जो हमारे नेशनल मिशंस है, आप देख लें. मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ ये जो विकसित भारत हम कहते हैं 2047, इट्स नॉट अ स्लोगन, मेयर स्लोगन. आप देख लीजिए नेशनल मिशंस कितने हैं अभी टू अचीव, टू हेल्प अस टू अचीव दिस डेवलप्ड स्टेट बाय 2047. तो पर्सनली आई फील मैंने यहाँ पर एक स्लोगन दे दिया, विकसित IUST, विकसित जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, विकसित भारत.
Viksit IUST.
First, I just want to motivate the teachers and students for making.
What's their deadline, sir?
We already have at the department level, अगर आप देखें डेडलाइन वही है 2047.
2047.
लेकिन जो आपने हर डिपार्टमेंट में IUST में इंस्टीट्यूशनल डेवलपमेंट प्लान डेवलप किया है कि हाउ वी कैन बिकम डेवलप्ड, हाउ वी कैन बी पार्ट ऑफ दिस नेशनल मिशन to implement this very important aspiration to be the first or second global power of the world. I think institutions have a very important role. Personally, I feel that the most important role can be played by the institutions because we have direct access to the youth.
Yes.
We are building the career of the youth. We are building the skills of the youth. So I think this journey of reaching 2047 as a developed country, I think we can make it faster.
I was reading data yesterday. India is the country where you have highest number of youth. 60% of the
Exactly.
population is youth.
डेमोग्राफिक जो हमारा डिविडेंड है, जो एडवांटेज है, दिस कुड बी
A
कैपिटलाइज.
booster dose.
Yeah,
for
this could be.
And sir, in this era of technology, do you think role of a teacher has changed? Because if I want to know about, I'm a media student. Now I want to know about science. I have AI, I have YouTube, I have all the resources available which can inform me or I can get the information about that very topic. So do you think with the evolution of technology, role of a teacher has changed now?
एग्जैक्टली, डेफिनेटली. देखिए आप ट्रेडिशनली जो टीचर, मैं भी अगर मैं तो पिछले 5 साल से आई एम नॉट टीचिंग फॉर्मली टीचिंग, लेकिन आज अगर मुझे क्लास में जाना होगा आई विल टीच वेरी डिफरेंटली. आज से पहले जो टीचर का रोल था आज से 10 साल पहले या
Let's go 2010.
2000, तो नॉर्मली आप देख लीजिए जब मैं भी कश्मीर यूनिवर्सिटी मैंने 2004 में ज्वाइन किया एज ए टीचर एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, तो मेरे पास एक लैपटॉप था, मैं जापान से आया था, तो आई स्टार्टेड टीचिंग इन यूजिंग पावर पॉइंट, ICT टूल्स, दिस टाइप ऑफ, एंड आई थॉट दिस इज समथिंग वेरी इनोवेटिव न्यू, बिकॉज उस टाइम जो लोग थे वो ट्रांसपेरेंसीज से पढ़ाते हैं या ब्लैक बोर्ड पर पढ़ाते थे. लेकिन आज के ज़माने में जो मैं पढ़ाने जा रहा हूँ कोई टॉपिक, हमारे पास तो सिलेबस है, कोर्स करिकुलम है, स्टूडेंट को पता है कि टीचर आज क्या पढ़ाएगा. और अगर आप देखिए जो उसके रिसोर्सेज जो उसको अवेलेबल है, चाहे वो यूट्यूब, कोर्सेरा हो, खान एकेडमी हो, या जो आपने कहा कि AI प्लेटफॉर्म देख लीजिए, he has access to everything that a teacher could really deliver him in the class. So I don't think it will be very boring for that student. The role of a teacher has changed. I think the teacher has to provide access or has to guide the student कि ये जो लेक्चर है ये कहाँ कौन सा वीडियो, कौन सा आपका वेबसाइट या कौन सा प्लेटफॉर्म आपको इसको तैयार करने के लिए एक्सेस करना है. And next day when he comes to the class, he has to clear the only doubts. He has to basically do the questioning, and so there has to be discussion in the class.
We can say teacher has to be a mentor now.
It has to be a mentor. It has to be a mentor, and also he has to basically ignite and boost that curiosity, questioning. कहाँ doubts है आपके? I think it has, the role of a teacher has to flip. He has to sit on this side and the student has to be on the other. I think it is very dynamic. I think this is very challenge for the teachers also, especially those teachers. I think, there is always a resistance to change. And that's a big challenge for, universities also. How do we motivate, how do we encourage the teachers to teach in the spirit of NEP 2020? NEP spirit 2020 is the pedagogy has to be different. जैसे आपने कहा, the role of a teacher has to change significantly. The memorizing, that it has to be.
घर वाला माहौल कि सारा should I say or not? Should I say or not?
No. The teaching has to be through assignments, through projects, through problems. A student should be well versed. जो मैंने कहा कि objective of a course or the goals of a course or some degree should be to produce a well-rounded personality. So he should be able to solve the problems.
If I can summarize your entire idea, it will be like we have to come out of the classroom now.
Exactly.
It's done. Classroom is done.
Exactly. The student has to be very much aware of the societal problems,
Yes.
national issues, and he has to think of how to address those issues. When he has been able to, at least understand and have some idea how to address it, I think there's a market for it. He can be employed
Anywhere in the world.
Every institute, every industry will find him invaluable, because of the skills and knowledge that he will have.
And now this conversation is building, sir. Sir, actually, in this current era, so can I say Ramshu sir has this perception and ideology that skill-oriented courses should be expanded now? Skills are more important than knowledge at the times. Do you believe, sir?
Exactly. I tell you, see, skill is not something I can teach in a class. It is hands-on. If you do something by using your hands, you remember it. Okay. Now, skill courses, if you look at the universities, everybody is promoting skill courses, and there are some engineering degrees a skill course. Many of the science programs are skill courses, but the universities will have to establish, put in place the infrastructure in terms of labs, so that whatever we give them in the class, so next time they just do the hands-on that. Whether it is working on the machines, whether it is working on the software, whether it is working on the AI tools, all this, I think we will have to supplement infrastructure. And that is what I am doing at the IUST. I want that every department should have a very well established skilling infrastructure. Suppose robotics department should have a very good robotics lab. The, mechanical engineering department should have a very good workshop. Similarly, the AI department should have a very good AI tools available.
How much support have you got from the government for this?
See,
give them ideas.
Honestly, if you look at the journey of IUST, it is almost 21-year-old university. The infrastructure development that has come, the growth in the academic programs, the growth in the research that has come here, it is remarkable. I think there is no doubt on that. And this all has been possible because of the generous support of the Government of Jammu and Kashmir, Government of India. The research support that we get, the ecosystem of innovations, entrepreneurship and startups that I am talking about. I just give you an example. I invested 2 crore rupees from my own resources, university resources, into promoting this ecosystem. So I joined this university in 2021, August. And I said, okay, let's earmark 2 crore rupees for promoting this ecosystem here. And as of today, we have about 17 crore rupees grants from the different agencies of Government of India. Department of Science and Technology, Department for Promotion of Industry and Trade, and others, SIDBI, to promote this, ecosystem.
Okay.
I mean, you have in 2021, we established one center called SEED, Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development. Now, IUST, after 3 years only, felt the need for establishing an innovation campus. We have one campus from here, about 50 canals, 50 canal जमीन पर हमारा innovation campus है. और वहाँ आप देखेंगे बहुत से, incubators है. There is a Center for Industry 4.0. there is a incubator for construction materials. There is a AICT Idea Lab. So you will see 5-6 such labs, जिनको incubators. So I think all this has been possible only because of the support of the governments. As I said, there are about 20 missions that have been put in place by the government of India. I think we are connected to many of those missions, availing that and trying to build the capacity and that do the trainings of the students.
Okay, sir. One more question is that when Ramshu sir was student, what was different at that time, and what has changed over a time? Because when you have to see, when you will read a word which is very difficult to decode, I can say. Now you have to turn each word of dictionary. Kahan hai. Now in the current era, you have everything readily available. What do you think? Was that life better, student life, or today's life is better?
See, lot of things have changed. Some things have changed for good and some things for bad. So if you look at the positivity of it is that at that time the students didn't have access to the knowledge resources. It was really a struggle. I mean, everybody was
PhD in 90s was a different story.
So everybody was not fortunate enough to have those resources, accessibilities, because if you look at the socio-economic status of the people also, it was difficult to go beyond that prescribed books.
Sometimes
स्टेट से बाहर जाना तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट था, अभी भी बहुत लोग नहीं जाते. So there is basically access to knowledge has been made easy as a student right from the beginning. And then there are basically tools, there are resources that can boost your creativity. And recently, particularly, the new education policy is putting a lot of emphasis right from schools up to here. How do we not only preserve the creativity of the children, so to promote it, so that they can become innovators, they can become not job seekers but job givers, so they can really have their own enterprises and
create that vision, to inculcate that.
It was completely missing when we were the students. Very narrow approach. I have to get this degree, I have to get good marks, and I will have to get good job.
That was it. That was life for you.
That was life. And now, if you look at this country has basically developed a lot. I mean, the communications are so easy. I mean, when I talk about the communication, I'm talking about the transport, the air communication, the mobile communication,
cheap internet services.
That communication. Now look at the access to the resources. I mean, physical resources, virtual resources. I think all that. And then the socio-economic development of a common person. If you look the average socio-economic development, the economic status of the people has significantly
changed,
improved. Improved. So that is something which the people many of my colleagues in their schools had to struggle really. Had to struggle a lot economically and otherwise also. But as of now, there are facilities. We have almost 9 universities, 8 universities here. We have 11 institutes plus universities, including IIT, IIM, NIT, Jammu and Kashmir. So मेरे टाइम में तो बहुत से लोग, या मेरे पेरेंट्स के टाइम में तो अलीगढ़ जाना पड़ता था लोगों को पढ़ने के लिए, कश्मीर से बाहर अंडर ग्रेजुएट के लिए, डिग्री, बेसिक डिग्री के लिए भी बहुत कम यहाँ पर कॉलेजेस भी हुआ करते थे. So there's a lot of change.
Sir, being a scientist, now let me talk about your subject as well. And I'll be very flexible with my words. लोग परेशान हैं. लोग परेशान इसलिए है कि इस साल बर्फ भी नहीं हुई. Being a resident of Anantnag, we have certain springs. आपने नाम सुना होगा, शेरबाग, मटन, वो भी सर ड्राई, पूरे खुश्क हो गए इस साल. बर्फ भी बहुत कम पड़ी, बारिशें बेवक्त आ रही है. So what is the reason as a scientist, as a climate scientist?
देखिए ये दिस फिनोमिना जिसको हम क्लाइमेट चेंज कहते हैं, तो क्लाइमेट चेंज का सिंपल सा अंडरस्टैंडिंग मैं दे दूं कि दुनिया में इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन इतनी बढ़ गई है कि इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन से जो जिसको हम ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस कहते हैं, कुछ गैसेस है जैसे कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, मीथेन है, नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड है, ये किसी प्रोडक्ट के मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से इमिट होते हैं, बाहर आते हैं। तो उसमें ये जो ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस है, ये जो सूरज की जो गर्मी है वो ट्रैप करते हैं। और फिर टेम्परेचर जो एटमॉस्फेयर का है, अर्थ सरफेस का, बढ़ जाता है। तो लेकिन लोग आम कश्मीर में कहेंगे हमारे यहाँ तो कोई इंडस्ट्री ही नहीं है, तो हमें क्यों ये इसका सामना करना पड़ रहा है। चूंकि हमारे जो अर्थ सिस्टम है, जो हमारी मदर अर्थ है, जमीन है, ये जो है इट इज किसी जमीन के किसी भी खत्ते में कुछ भी हो तो उसका असर
इट इज अ बॉडी।
तो जब हम कहते हैं कि वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस आ रहे हैं और हमें अभी जो बारिशें हो रही है पिछले एक हफ्ते से कश्मीर में, तो ये कहाँ से आती है? ये अटलांटिक ओशन से होके, यूरोप से होके हवाएं आती है, उनमें मॉइस्चर होता है, तो फिर यहाँ पर वो हमारे पहाड़ों के साथ टकराती है और यहाँ पर बारिशें आती है। और जब
That's what we call western disturbance.
That is what we call western disturbance। ये जो वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंस
may not know this, I came to know from you, sir।
जब ये वेस्टर्न डिस्टर्बेंसेस आते हैं, अपने साथ ये ग्रीन हाउस गैसेस भी लाते हैं। तो हमारे यहाँ इंडस्ट्री है नहीं, बड़ी बड़ी इंडस्ट्री है नहीं, ग्रीन हाउस गैस हम प्रोड्यूस नहीं करते, लेकिन बाहर से आता है, पहाड़ों के ऊपर से भी आता है। तो उस वजह से जो है, चूंकि दर्जे हरारत में इंक्रीज हो गया है बहुत ही सिग्निफिकेंट। अगर हमारे ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स या पेरेंट्स से भी कहेंगे, वो भी कहते हैं कि यहाँ तो चलाई कलान में तो 3-4 फुट बर्फ हुआ करती थी।
More than that at the times.
तो वो जो है, अभी तो आपने देखा है पिछले 10 साल से, अब देख लीजिए, कभी बर्फ पड़ती है, कभी नहीं पड़ती। श्रीनगर में तो इस साल बहुत कम बर्फ पड़ी,
वो ना के बराबर
है। तो ये जो सारा है, तो ये सारा फिनोमिना जो है, इसको हम क्लाइमेट चेंज, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग कहते हैं, और इससे हर चीज पर इसका नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट हो रहा है। और हमारे यहाँ अगर आप कश्मीर में देखें, जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट सरमाया, सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट रिसोर्स है, वो ग्लेशियर्स है। पानी, यहाँ पानी की जो मकदार है यहाँ पर बहुत हाई है।
Rest part of the country.
रेस्ट पार्ट्स ऑफ इवन साउथ एशिया में आप देखेंगे तो पर कैपिटा वाटर अवेलेबिलिटी बहुत है, लेकिन उसके बावजूद जो है, वी आर सीइंग दैट इट इज रिड्यूसिंग। जैसे आपने कहा, कभी हमारे जो आज से 50 साल पहले छोटे छोटे नदी नाले थे गाँव में, अभी है नहीं।
स्प्रिंग
जो अभी
में भी
वो भी कम होता जा रहा है। तो लेकिन ये है कि खुशकिस्मती की बात है कि हम जो है, हम ग्लेशियर्स पर ही बैठे हैं। हम वाटर टावर ऑफ एशिया, इसको हम कहते हैं जम्मू कश्मीर लद्दाख को, ये वाटर टावर ऑफ एशिया, क्योंकि यहाँ ग्लेशियर्स है, बर्फबारी होती है, ये नीचे जाता है पहाड़ों पर और ये स्टोर है, तो फिर नीचे आता है, यहाँ झेलम में आता है, कहीं पर भी आता है। पर तो अभी भी मेरे ख्याल से जो हमारा तहकीक है, जो रिसर्च है, उसके हिसाब से ऑलमोस्ट अनदर 40-50 ईयर्स तक हमें पानी की किल्लत नहीं होनी चाहिए। लेकिन जो हमारे नीचे वाले इलाके हैं, चाहे वो हमारे हमसाया मुल्क है, नीचे जो समंदर की तरफ है, तो वहाँ पर पानी की किल्लत अभी भी महसूस की जा रही है। तो उसमें वो लेकिन यहाँ पर भी मेरे हिसाब से, मेरे जो तहकीक के हिसाब से, मुझे लगता है 2050-2060 के करीब जो है, हमारी जो डिमांड है और जो सप्लाई है, उसमें गैप आएगी।
Are we safe, sir?
Yeah, I think
कि हमने वो ग्रिप लॉस की है।
नहीं, आई थिंक ये इम्पोर्टेंट कंसर्न है, चाहे वो एनवायरनमेंट के हवाले से, चाहे क्लाइमेट चेंज के हवाले से, ये इम्पोर्टेंट कंसर्न भी है। आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस नीड टू बी कंसर्न अबाउट हमारे एनवायरनमेंट में बहुत ज़्यादा डिग्रेडेशन आ गई है। हमारा क्लाइमेट बहुत हद तक डिग्रेडेट हुआ है, चेंज हुआ है। इट्स अ कंसर्न, लेकिन ऐसा भी नहीं है कि कि मतलब ऐसी भी बात नहीं है। और जब हम साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी की बात कर रहे हैं, जो इनोवेशंस की बात कर, मेरा पूरा भरोसा है कि देयर विल बी सॉल्यूशंस टू इट। ऐसे भी डेस्परेशन नहीं है कि बस हम खत्म हो गए। तो देयर लॉट ऑफ होप, lot of research going on in this field कि ये जो concerns है, चाहे वो वाटर के हवाले से हो, चाहे एग्रीकल्चर फूड सिक्योरिटी के हवाले से हो, एनर्जी के हवाले से हो, पानी से हमारी सारी बिजली आती है, लेकिन देखिए ऑलरेडी हम सोलर की तरफ जा रहे हैं। So it is not as desperate as one would like to, but ये concern तो है, and important thing is कि हमें इसके लिए we should initiate.
So what can a layman do? आम कश्मीरी है लीस्ट नॉलेज क्लाइमेट चेंज का, वो उसके लिए है कि बारिश नहीं आई। तो बीइंग अ साइंटिस्ट व्हाट कैन बी डन, व्हाट शुड अ कश्मीरी डू, मेरे जैसा लड़का और इन द कैंपस हु आर नॉट फ्रॉम द साइंस बैकग्राउंड, उनके लिए आपकी क्या सजेशन रहेगी? टू
बिल्कुल, देखिए जैसे मैंने कहा ये ग्लोबल फिनोमेना है, लेकिन उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मेरी कोई जिम्मेवारी नहीं है,
व्हाट आवर रिस्पांस?
तो जो इंडिविजुअल की भी बहुत इम्पोर्टेंस कंट्रीब्यूशन कर सकती है, the way we are spending our day to day life, it has an impact on the environment around us. चाहे मैं किस हिसाब से खाऊं, किस हिसाब से रहूं, किस हिसाब से अपना लाइफस्टाइल गुजारूं, ये इसका इम्पैक्ट है। तो मुझे लगता है जो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्लोथिंग, इन टर्म्स ऑफ फूड, इन टर्म्स ऑफ और अदर रिक्वायरमेंट्स, आई थिंक एक मॉडेस्ट लिविंग ही हमें इक्तिफा करना होगा। दूसरी बात है, देख लीजिए जैसे आप कश्मीर की ही बात कर लीजिए, 50 साल पहले, 40 साल पहले, 30 साल पहले यहाँ तो हरे भरे जंगल हुआ करते थे। आप आज जाइए तो देख लीजिए वहाँ
there is nothing.
we have lost,
plants are left.
we have lost, there's still, I mean कश्मीर में एक कल्चर है कि लोग अभी भी प्लांटेशन पे अपने खेतों में, अपने बागों में करते हैं, तो वो है। लेकिन जितना हम कर सकते हैं प्लांटेशंस, आई थिंक वी शुड हैव अ ग्रीन लाइफस्टाइल, आई वुड से ग्रीन लाइफस्टाइल, कि प्लांटेशंस करनी हो, कहीं किचन गार्डन है उसमें आप कुछ ग्रीनरी कर लीजिए, ये इंडिविजुअल लेवल पर। या अगर आप देखें कश्मीर में ही देखें या मुल्क के दूसरे शहरों में देख लीजिए, द डेंसिटी ऑफ कार्स, द नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल्स कितना बढ़ गया है। जैसे मैंने कहा कि सोशो इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस हमारा बढ़ गया है, वी आर एबल टू अफोर्ड नॉट 1, 2, 3 व्हीकल्स।
बिकॉज अगर आज हम, सॉरी टू इंटरवीन, आई हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड दिस, कि अगर आज रोटी लेने भी जाना होता है सर, वी टेक स्कूटीज, वी टेक कार्स।
एग्जैक्टली,
हमारा लाइफस्टाइल जितना अब हम कहेंगे हम आराम पसंद लोग बन गए, उतना एनवायरनमेंट पे भी उसका असर बढ़ा।
एग्जैक्टली, मुझे लगता है ये तो इंडिविजुअल भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, गवर्नमेंट की भी इसमें रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी। आई थिंक मेरे हिसाब से ये ह्यूमन राइट्स का भी इशू है, लेकिन ऑनेस्टली आई थिंक एनवायरनमेंट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ऑल्सो। तो इसलिए मेरे ख्याल से जो हमारे यहाँ जिस चीज से, जैसे कार्स है, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन है, जो बेसिकली हाईली पोल्यूटिंग है, जिससे क्लाइमेट पर बड़ा बुरा असर पड़ता है, मुझे लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट को भी इस पॉलिसीज को रिविजिट करना होगा। कि बहुत से ममालिक में आप देखेंगे कि एवरीबॉडी डज नॉट हैव अ राइट टू हैव अ कार। सिंगापुर देख लीजिए, आपको 40 लाख के करीब आपको टैक्स देना पड़ेगा, तभी आप ओन कर सकते हैं कार। या यहाँ पर एज अ बेसिकली वो कॉन्शियस सिटीजनरी। तो मुझे लगता है अगर हम, मेरे घर में अगर 2 आदमी 3 आदमी एक ही कार यूज करेंगे, या मैं ऑफिस में यहाँ रहता हूँ, यहाँ
लोकल ट्रांसपोर्ट
और कार शेयरिंग कार पूलिंग कर सकते, तो मुझे लगता है उससे हमारी डेंसिटी ऑफ कार्स रोड्स पे कम हो जाएगी, और जो हमारा ग्रीन हाउस गैस है या जो फॉसिल फ्यूल है, पेट्रोल है, डीजल है, उसकी कंजप्शन कम हो जाएगी। और इसके अलावा अगर आप देखें जो हमारे आप पोल्यूटिंग इंडस्ट्रीज है, छोटे ही है, ब्रिक किलन्स है, उनको अगर हम कम करेंगे, या एनवायरमेंटल कॉन्शियसनेस जो है यहाँ इसके चाहे पानी के हवाले से, चाहे एयर के हवाले से। देखिए हमारे कश्मीर में मैं आपको बताऊं, इसमें हमारे ऑर्चर्डिस्ट्स का कोई दोष नहीं है, लेकिन कश्मीर में आप देखिए, अगर आप 1950 से आज तक देखें, बहुत ज्यादा ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर टू हॉर्टिकल्चर हुआ।
एग्जैक्टली।
तो हॉर्टिकल्चर में आप देख लीजिए क्या हो रहा है कि जब सितंबर अक्टूबर आता है, तो हमारे जो बागवान साहिबान है, तो उनको वो प्रूनिंग करते हैं ट्रीज की, चूंकि देयर हैज बीन सिग्निफिकेंट इंक्रीज इन द एरिया अंडर हॉर्टिकल्चर, तो प्रोडक्शन भी बहुत ज्यादा है। तो हमारे जो ऑर्चर्डिस्ट्स है, फार्मर्स है, उनको यही सिखाया गया कि इसको बर्न कर लीजिए, इसको चारकोल बनाइए, चाहे वो पत्ते हो, चाहे वो ट्विग्स हो। तो अगर आप एयर क्वालिटी अगर आप देखें ऑटम की कश्मीर की बहुत खराब होती है, तो मुझे लगता है
because of that,
it is because of burning of these twigs and all that, massive burning of these। तो मुझे लगता है छोटी छोटी चीजें और अगर गवर्नमेंट खासकर इसकी तरफ तवज्जो दे, और वो जो ऑर्चर्डिस्ट है, छोटे छोटे कोऑपरेटिव्स में, वो अगर किसी गांव में 10 बाग है, 200 कनाल जमीन है, 400 कनाल जमीन है, वो सारा जमा करके उसको वुड पैलेट्स में कन्वर्ट कर लीजिए। और हमारे यहाँ हमाम्स में भी जरूरत है उनकी, वो उसमें भी यूज हो सकते हैं, एनवायरनमेंट भी बच जाएगा। और हमारे पौधे जो काटते हैं हम हमामों के लिए, जो हमें लकड़ी चाहिए हमामों के, वो तो वहीं से आएगी, वुड पैलेट्स। ये कोई नया कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं है। आप यूरोप में देख लीजिए, आप अमेरिका में देख लीजिए, चाइना में देख लीजिए, जितने भी इस टाइप के बुखारीज होते हैं वो तो वुड पैलेट से ही चलती है, जो प्रूडेड मटेरियल से आती है। मुझे लगता है छोटी छोटी चीजें करने से I think we can make a good positive impact on the environment.
ओके सर, दैट वाज वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव, क्योंकि ये नॉलेज आई थिंक कि आम इंसान के पास नहीं है, बिकॉज वी लिव आवर लाइफस्टाइल जैसे हमें मजा आता है, वी ईट समथिंग, वी थ्रो इट देयर, एंड आई डोंट थिंक वी आर दैट मच एजुकेटेड. My grandfather, sir, your grandfather, I think they were more environment conscious than us. We are becoming research scholars, but practically on ground we are zero. It's a harsh reality of our society.
I agree. I think if you look at our responsibilities and duties, I think we are lagging there. As a citizens of this country, I feel sometimes
claiming something else.
Yeah, we will have to be evolve as very responsible citizens. I think this is very important for us in every aspect. I would say.
If you want to keep your room clean, you have to keep your street clean.
And you have to keep your surroundings clean. ये नहीं है कि मेरे घर में कूड़ा जो निकला है, अगर मेरे साइड वाला प्लॉट खाली है तो मैं उसको उसमें डालूं। I mean, this is highly irresponsible act मेरे ख्याल से। I think हमारे घर बड़े साफ सुथरे होते हैं, लेकिन हमारी सराउंडिंग्स उतनी अच्छी नहीं। और दूसरी बात है, मुझे लगता है कि इसमें हमारे कम्युनिटी लीडर्स का भी एक इम्पोर्टेंट रोल है, चाहे वो हमारे रिलीजियस लीडर्स हो, हमारे इमाम साहिबान हो। तो मुझे लगता है इन चीज़ों पर हमें उनका जो हमारे वो कांग्रेगेशंस होते हैं, चाहे वो फ्राइडेज होते हैं, कोई इन चीज़ों पर भी बात करना चाहिए, ताकि हमारी जो कम्युनिटीज है, हमारी सोसाइटी जो है बड़ी कॉन्शियसली इवॉल्व हो जाए, रिस्पॉन्सिबल सिटीजन्स, कॉन्शियस सिटीजन्स।
So coming back to the IUST and being a pass out from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication, sir, I have many reasons why students should get admitted here. As a VC of this institution, students have choices right now, right, sir? They have KU, they have Central University, they have Jamia Millia, and many other institutions in the country. What is that one thing, one reason you will give them that this is the best place for IUST?
This is a great institution. अभी 25 साल 21 साल पुराना इंस्टीट्यूट है। अगर आप जब यहाँ स्टूडेंट थे और अभी देखेंगे, there's a
noticeable change.
Yeah, there are changes. So it is growing every year. You will see that it is a different campus. Now this university has is spread over many campuses also. As I said, the government has been very supportive of us. जब मैं यहाँ आया 2021 में, करीब जो हमारे ऑफरिंग्स थे, करीब कोर्सेज थे, वो करीब 27. Now it is almost 80. How the number of programs, number of departments, almost we have doubled. In last 2 years only, we have offered about 30 new undergraduate, 4-year undergraduate programs. Now किन चीजों पर ये हम किन सब्जेक्ट्स में हम ऑफर करें? Emerging technologies. Most of them you will see that we are offering emerging technologies, ताकि जो
need of the hour. IUST goes with that.
Exactly. So it is, I think जो मैंने आपको कहा कि NEP demands us to have an ecosystem for promotion of innovations, entrepreneurship, startups. NEP demands that we should boost the creativity of the students. So we should, I think if you are for that, IUST is the place you should choose that. And I will tell you one thing. अगर आप बाकी इंस्टीट्यूट्स का देखें और हमारे एडमिशन देखें, you will see the difference. हमारे last 2 years में 70% increase, 70% increase in admissions.
So it
Now
will be a
that-
strong answer that numbers speak. Let numbers speak.
Exactly.
Okay.
So उस वजह से I think that is something which I think that's very evident in the courses that we are offering, the students that we get, emerging technologies, AI,
Can we add
robotics.
that one more thing? It's a very beautiful campus.
Exactly. I think you have a
Is there a plus point of that? You have mountains
exactly.
here and
See,
there.
so I always say, I am a vice chancellor of a university that owns a mountain. Very few institutes in the world that will have a mountain. तो हमारे 65 hectares जो आप पीछे बैकग्राउंड में देख रहे हैं, so this is 65, 1350 canal, 1350 canals of land, the mountain. And if you look at it, what we have, we are converting into a biodiversity park, solar energy park, aromatic and medicinal plant park. Very few infrastructure there. So in 10 years, 15 years, you will see this green, landscape that
Inshallah.
in the background.
Inshallah, we hope so. And being a vice chancellor from last 4 years, it's an honest answer you have to give me.
Okay.
You don't have to do favor to any department. What do you think the best department of IUST is? Which is the best department of yours?
Yeah, so it is very challenging.
It has
and
to be one.
It is to be. It is very difficult, So I don't think I will be able to tell you one department. But if you tell me, you see, IUST is basically known for science and technology.
Yeah.
So we really have strength in technology, and that is very evident. 77 patents we have. 77 patents here. We have almost a dozen centers that are promoting innovation incubation here. But together with that, if you look into the humanities and social sciences, I mean, if you tell me, if you ask me, if you look at the Department of Journalism, from which you have passed also, I think that is something I honestly feel very proud when somebody comes to me and say that I am a pass out from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication. I think the outreach that department gives to the programs, the developments, the growth of this university, that is remarkable. You see our presence on the social media platforms, print media, electronic media. I think the Department of Journalism is doing wonderful on that. Really, I think we value that department very well. Also, similarly, if you go to the sciences, there are some departments which are doing exceptionally well. चाहे वो chemistry हो, चाहे physics हो, I think
Technology.
good technology. That's what I'm saying. That is in the engineering. So we, I think, as I said, that almost in every school, you will find some departments who are doing exceptionally well and some departments who are doing very well.
Everybody is doing well on the behalf as an alumni. Everybody is doing well. Like there are certain departments who contribute more than others. It's not like Ramshu said this department is good, doesn't mean others are bad.
Exactly.
But
you see,
somebody contributes more.
I think one is contributing at the departmental level, then contributing at the institutional level also. I tell you. I mean, as I said about this Department of Journalism, Masscom, they contribute at the institutional level because they give outreach to our programs, our achievements, our progresses and all that. Other than doing their good in the department, similarly other departments also. If you see this ecosystem of innovations, entrepreneurs, everybody is part of this. It is not one institute, one center. I think all the faculty members almost are part of this ecosystem.
So, what is the best thing about IUST? You will carry, one day you will retire, sir. They will come. Everybody retires from their job, whether it be the prime minister of a country or a principal of a primary school. Everybody retires one day. What's the best thing you will carry out, take with yourself from this?
You see, this, university, I'm already 4.5 years here, There's a lot of energy among the faculty of this university, that I highly value. I mean, as you said, in university or in any organization, there are people who are super active, there are people who are active, and there are some people, very few, who may be inactive also, Lekin majority of the faculty, if you see, that's very young. So the average, if you see the experience or the service of an IUST faculty will be just 7-8 years. There are very young people here in this. That is basically the course. That is basically the for every vice chancellor, not only me. So every vice chancellor in the past and in the future who has a potential to utilize that talent. So I think that may be missing in the older aging universities, but here I think every vice chancellor, including me, highly values that. That I really feel that this university has a potential. When I see something, when I conceive something, and I want to roll it out, I have in my background that I have some team which can help me to roll it out.
What about the students? Because as you know, this institution has a great legacy of students. It has contributed to this nation, whether it be MBA, food technology, or any other department. What is the best thing you have noticed? I can say you have been to many countries. The best thing in the students of this institution, because they might be watching us.
So if you look at the alumni of this university. So when I joined here, immediately after a month or so, I tried to map the alumni of this university. They are in every part of the world, in every country. So if you look at the map of the alumni in every state of India, in every country, you will see Middle East, North America, Europe, South America, East, everywhere you will see. And when we have every year an alumni meet also. We have alumni meetings at the department and school level very frequently. So it's a matter of pride.
Yeah,
It is really, when you explore that, somebody says, that I'm working with that multinational company and all that.
Proud it makes you.
Yeah, exactly. Now, even in the media, I have seen that the pass outs from the Department of Journalism and Mass Communication are spread all over the world, you see.
Yes,
and I really feel proud when somebody says to me, "Sir, I have, I'm a pass out from the Department of Journalism or Department of Food Science or Electronics and Communication or Computer Science." They are all over. I think, as I said, that we are, our capabilities are, strong, quite high. And given the platform, given the opportunities, our youth can really excel. If they are mentored well, that's what we are doing at the universities. So they already have that potential. What university is trying to, chisel that,
Polish that.
And that's how they excel.
The last convocation from the University of Kashmir will take a data from there. Girls are excelling more in academics than boys. We have a lot of gold medalists, 60-70% are girls. How do you see this thing?
No, this is a fact also here also. Yeah.
My class also.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So it is. We had 3 convocations in the past. During my time here, and we can see that the number of gold medalists that girls win are much higher than the boys. But I tell you, other side of this, that's a concern for all of us. For the society, I pose this, challenge, this question to the society. I have seen personally also, I tell you, I have, I'm a teacher. I have, mentored almost 31 PhDs and many others. Every teacher will tell you, this is a fact also, that most of our, girl students, up to the age of marriage, when they get married, these gold medalists keep on coming, all that. Once they enter into wedlock, they are married.
This is very...
Now see their decline. We really don't take care of their,
ambitions,
ambitions and dreams, whether as parents,
as
or as in-laws, or as a society at large. I think this is something, we feel very proud that 70% gold medalists and all that. But at the same time, we need to really put some, I would say, regulatory frameworks, or some of our, there has to be some guiding principles, ethical issues, personal issues. I think parents should be really, concerned about this. I think the women empowerment in education is as important as for the boys. I think that is something we need to really. If a girl student is excelling up to masters or up to gets PhD, why we don't have matching participation of women in businesses, in education, in government sector then?
Look, मेरी तरफ से भी एक request है to every parent. If your daughter, अगर आपकी बेटी अच्छा कर रही है, डोंट स्टॉप देम। ये सोच के कि अगर एक लड़की का ड्रीम होता है मेरा अब मुझे पीएचडी करना है यूनिवर्सिटी के बाद, उसको ये बात कह के कभी ना रुके कि अब आपकी शादी करनी है, कीप योर एकेडमिक लाइफ असाइड। ऑन अनदर हैंड कि आपका बेटा है, उसको आप फ्रीडम दे रहे हो, आप कंट्री से बाहर जाओ, आप घर से बाहर जाओ। सो दिस इज अ रिक्वेस्ट ऑन द बिहाफ ऑफ this institution as well. Don't stop girls, let them excel unless and until कोई भी male हो या female, they are on the right track, doing something for the nation, contributing to this nation. We don't have any right to stop. अगर करेंगे तो फिर दोनों को करना है। Don't show them that आप लड़की हो ये लड़का हो, आपकी नजर अलग है, आपकी नजर अलग है। And sir, lastly, there has been something going on in my mind. Which I want to ask you. What is the most emotional moment for you from IUST you will take with you? One moment.
I think, you see, so as I said that this is an institute which really, has a potential to, and
On personal level, I'm asking you.
personal level, you whenever I feel IUST is a part of my life, So if you see I have been here, for the last 4.5 years. So you definitely, when you work day in and day out for the institute's growth, progress, development, it becomes a part of your, life and psyche. So definitely that will always be with me wherever I am.
You have left a legacy.
Yes.
I can say that because being a student, not being as an RG, you have created a legacy. You have contributed to IUST. You have contributed to this nation because under your supervision, under your surveillance, new departments were being inaugurated, new buildings, new students, new ideas. That's
New
what
campuses. We have about 4 or 5 campuses.
Deployed. We can say that it is an investment you have done for our coming generations. And Ramchu sir will be always remembered as one of the most dedicated and honest vice chancellors of this institution. And we will always keep on promoting this institution. We'll keep on promoting every institution who is doing good for the nation, especially because when nation grows up, we want to be the Viksit Bharat till 2027.
Institutions have a very
institution have strong influence on the minds of people, and we must equally be responsible for this environment. Because sir, jo personally, he is a climate scientist, and we have to be very careful. घर को साफ रख रहे हो ना, society को भी साफ रखो. At least I have seen people who don't bother to throw the garbage into the municipality cars, who knock their doors every day. Take care of that. Sir, one last message for your entire faculty.
Exactly. I think, you see, if you look at this is a very important example. If you look IUST as an institution, and there are some faculty who have been here right from beginning. There are faculty who have been. I think it is very important. I think to see this institution growing into a center of excellence, and this institution has a potential to basically outpace many other institutions in the country. I think the potential that we have, particularly if we are focused. The institutional development plans that we have developed at the departmental level will guide this department, this institution up to 2047. I think that is something which all of us feel proud about that. I think we, as a community, IUSTians, I think IUSTians have a very important role towards the society, towards the region, towards the country. I think we need to be part of this progress towards Viksit Bharat 2047, and that could be very remarkable. If we join hands and contribute the way we are expected to contribute.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you for your time. It was nice talking to you, giving us your time. I hope आप सबने भी इस conversation को enjoy किया होगा. We hope IUST will keep on growing as a family. IUSTians, as you said, and our wishes are with this institution, are with you, sir. Wherever you go, जो भी इंस्टीट्यूट को आप हेड करें, it will touch the pinnacle of success always like IUST did, and we hope in the coming times IUST will see the law department as well, because students are demanding that. So thank you very much. It was really, really nice talking to you. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks.